So I haven't made a video about Ferguson, but I have of course been watching along with you all, and I'm sure sharing the same frustration, depression, anger at having to show up for this same battle yet again. Find some other way to tell the world that Black Lives Matter. Say something that we didn't already say the last time and the last time and the other time this happened to one of our children. But I have also been heartened by how many people, and especially how many young people we've seen showing up this time, how many people beyond the usual suspects that we see at every protest. And it might be a foolish hope, but my hope is that we're seeing a shift right now towards standing for something becoming a cool thing to do. And I know a lot of us have been wishing for a long time that our mainstream rap stars would set that kind of example more often and play a part in that kind of shift. Not because we need mainstream rap stars to be our leaders or make anything happen for us. Obviously things are happening with or without them, and hip-hop is always connected on a grassroots level with or without them. But those brightest stars have so much potential to shine that light and set an example that you can't help wishing they would do it more often. And in the aftermath of Ferguson, we have actually seen that. We've seen a whole bunch of mainstream rappers trying to say something and act like they care about what's going on. So I guess the question now is, now that we're faced with the reality of Game and Diddy and Rick Ross and G-Unit trying to talk about things, are we happy with what we got, or is this a careful what you wish for scenario? So the first track was Game along with all his friends. This track, Don't Shoot. I'm gonna try not to sound sarcastic when I say I appreciate the effort. I mean, lyrically, it's a mixed bag. I think some of the verses are stronger than others. And I appreciate getting a variety of honest perspectives. Some people sounding like they identify with the so-called rioting or looting. Some people giving a message that we should think twice about that. Like, I feel like it's somewhat of an honest document of people being in different places with it. And I can understand if some people find it hard to respect this when a lot of those guys represent the exact opposite mind state in the rest of their catalog. And if some people feel like Rick Ross just needs to stay at home and Diddy needs to leave the Ciroc at home. But for me, when I look at most of these guys, I feel like I appreciate seeing them trying to show up this time and take a step towards being about something. My main complaint about this song is just that musically it's a whack record. If you go back to what people call the golden age and look at Chuck D, KRS, PRT, they all understood that you couldn't make an effective protest song unless you first and foremost made a hot song. And I think Game and those guys, because they don't usually make quote-unquote positive records, psyched themselves out, and instead of doing what they would usually do to just make a hot record, they said, oh, we're making a positive record, so we need to make a beat that sounds positive, have a little kid singing on it, the universal sign of positivity in hip-hop. They didn't do what they would usually do to make a record that'll connect with their public, and the end result is a song that people will support in principle but never listen to more than once. So for that Game track, I give them an A for effort and an F for not bringing the funk.